Attention, listen with your soul because time is running and your destiny is at stake. So, do not scroll past this. Do not ignore this screen. What you're feeling right now, that chill down your spine, is not your imagination. The air around you just grew heavier, didn't it? Your heart raced for a moment. That was me. I paused time so your eyes would lock onto this message because heaven has just sounded an alarm only the chosen can hear. And you, my son, my daughter, are hearing it now. Archangel Michael, my general of war, has delivered a warning with such urgency it shook the foundations of eternity. He said, "Father, only 3 minutes remain." These are not minutes on your clock. They are minutes in the spirit, a divine window opened exclusively for you. A sacred opportunity to escape something that has been silently devouring your peace. This is the moment you've been praying for even without knowing it. Every tear, every sleepless night whispering, "How long, Lord?" has led you to this exact instant. This is not just a video. It is a portal. These are not just words. They are a decree of liberation sealed in heaven, waiting to be opened on earth by you and only you right now. If you ignore this, if you scroll past it, the door will close, and the chance to escape what I'm offering today may not return. The enemy will smile if you walk away. He wants you to believe this is just another message, just another coincidence. But you and I know the truth. You feel the weight of my words because your spirit recognizes the voice of its creator. The heavenly alarm has sounded. The 3-minute countdown has begun, not to condemn you but to save you. Not to frighten you, but to awaken you. What's at stake is far too great to treat lightly. Your future, the peace of your home, the healing of your soul, all hanging in this brief divine window. Breathe deeply. Quiet your soul. Prepare yourself, because what I'm about to reveal is the reason heaven is holding its breath for you in this exact moment. Do you think an algorithm brought you here? That a simple recommendation placed this message before your eyes? Oh, my child. Millions are scrolling through this screen right now, lost in noise, searching for something they'll never find. But I stopped you. My hand intervened between your finger and the screen because your soul cried out, and that cry pierced the universe and reached my throne. I saw you last night when you thought no one was watching. I saw your smile fade the moment you were alone. I heard the sighs you released when you believed no one could hear you. Sighs heavy with a weight you no longer know how to name. I know the silent question burning in your soul. Is there anyone who truly sees me? Is there anyone who understands this war I'm fighting inside? Today I answer, yes. I see you. I understand you. That's why I brought you here. This message didn't reach your neighbor who seems to have it all together. It didn't appear to the person posting a perfect life that isn't real. It came to you who have been trying to stand with the little strength you have left. To you who kept believing even when your mind screamed it was useless. To you with a wounded but noble heart. Heaven doesn't choose by strength. It chooses by sincerity. And your heart, my son, my daughter, is sincere. That's why Archangel Michael insisted this message reach you today. While others chased after emptiness, your soul, even in silence, was still seeking me. While others settled for the crumbs of this world, your spirit longed for something deeper. This is no coincidence. This is a divine appointment. It is the answer to prayers you didn't even know how to form. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every closed door has been guiding you, without your awareness, toward this moment of breakthrough. Heaven stopped your finger for a very specific reason, because the time has come to pull you out of the place where you've been trapped. That place has no brick walls or steel bars, my child. These bars are invisible, but stronger than any metal. It is the prison of routine that suffocates you, of "I'll start tomorrow," that never comes, of the smile you wear as a mask so no one sees you crumbling inside. It is the cage of resignation, of accepting that this is just life, when I designed a life of abundance and purpose for you. You felt its walls every morning when you wake without motivation, feeling like each day is just a repeat of the last. You've touched its bars every night when anxiety visits and whispers lies about your future, your worth, and my silence. You've been in this prison so long you've started calling it home. You've grown used to the weight on your back, the lack of breath in your spirit, the echo of your own doubts. The enemy is cunning. He doesn't build prisons that look like prisons. He builds comfort zones that are graves. He's convinced you that safety lies in not risking, not dreaming, not trusting again for fear of being hurt. He's chained you to past mistakes, making you believe they define you forever. And you, with your tired heart, have stopped fighting. But I, from eternity, see the chains that bind you. I see the walls that limit your vision. I see the darkness the enemy has planted around you to keep you from seeing the light of my promise. And so I say, enough. The time of your captivity is over. The reason I brought you here, the reason for this heavenly alarm, is to give you the escape map. You are not condemned to live this way. You were not born to survive. You were born to conquer. What you felt is not peace, it's resignation. What you've called normal is subtle oppression. And today, the door to that cell is about to be shattered. Not by your strength, because I know you have none left, but by the power of a warrior I've sent with one order, to free you at all costs. That warrior, my son, my daughter, is Archangel Michael. He did not come walking. He descended like a bolt of celestial fire with a direct command from my throne that echoes across the universe. Rescue my son. Free my daughter. His mission carries your name. His objective is your freedom. And his sword, that sword of light that makes hell tremble, was not drawn to judge you. It was drawn to defend you. He is here for you. For every moment you felt defenseless, for every silent attack you endured, for every trap the enemy set while you slept. The enemy thought you were alone. He grew bold. He mistook my silence for absence, my patience for weakness. But he was wrong. He touched the apple of my eye, and that, my child, is something I do not allow. The sword of Michael is not ornamental. It is a divine instrument of justice and liberation. Right now, as you read these words, that sword is cutting through the invisible chains that have bound you. It is severing soul ties with people who drained your life and faith. It is shattering the walls of impossibility that rose up against your dreams. It is carving a path through the darkness that surrounds you. His presence is a declaration of war against everything that has oppressed you. He has not come to negotiate with your spiritual captors. He has come to expel them. He has not come to request entry. He has come to break down the door of your prison. The sound of his celestial armor is the decree of your victory. The gleam of his sword is the light beginning to dispel your shadows. Do not fear the noise this may cause in your life. Sometimes liberation is loud. Sometimes to build something new, the old must be torn down with force. And Michael is a master builder of new beginnings upon the ruins of battles won. He will not leave until his mission is complete. And his mission is you, your peace, your restoration, your purpose. Perhaps now you begin to understand why you felt the way you have lately. Why does the air around you feel so heavy? That heaviness, my child, is the echo of war. You felt it as an inexplicable weight on your shoulders, haven't you? Sleep fatigue cannot be cured. A weariness that steals your desire to begin the day. It's not ordinary physical exhaustion. It's the pressure of invisible prison bars pressing against your soul. It's the strain of the spiritual battle Michael is fighting on your behalf. Every time you felt you couldn't go on, that your strength had run out, it was the reflection of an arrow launched against you in the unseen realm. An arrow that was intercepted before it could destroy you. Alongside that weight came anxiety, a knot in your stomach without apparent cause. Thoughts racing uncontrollably just as you try to sleep. A sudden fear of the future that paralyzes you. You've searched for answers in the natural world. You've thought it was stress, your fault, a failure on your part. But no, my child. That anxiety is your spirit sensing danger. It is your soul feeling the roar of the enemy, cornered by the presence of the Archangel. He knows his time to oppress you is ending, and in desperation he hurls waves of fear to try to make you surrender and close the door heaven is opening. And the most painful symptom, the one that made you doubt the most, is the silence of God. You've cried out, you've wept, you've begged for a sign, a word, a whisper, and all you've heard is the echo of your own voice. You've asked, "Where are you, Lord? Why don't you answer me?" That silence was never my absence. That silence was part of the enemy's attack. He tried to build a dome of oppression around you, a spiritual wall to block my voice from reaching you. He wanted you to believe I had abandoned you. He wanted your faith to die in the loneliness of a heaven that felt like bronze. But he failed, because even in the deepest silence, your heart never stopped seeking me. And that silent search was the loudest cry that activated your rescue. Everything you felt, the weight, the anxiety, my apparent silence, are not signs that you're lost. On the contrary, they are irrefutable proof that something great is moving in your favor. They are the tremors that precede the collapse of your prison walls. You are not crazy. You are not exaggerating. You are not failing. You are standing in the middle of a battlefield, and what you feel is the ground shaking beneath the feet of the heavenly armies that have come to fight for you. Now you understand, none of this was your fault. It is not your fault, my son. It is not your fault, my daughter. Etch this truth deep into your being. All that exhaustion, confusion, and sense of being stuck was not your failure. It was an attack. A silent, strategic, and deliberate siege against your destiny. The enemy saw what I placed inside you. He saw your light even when you only saw shadows. He saw the promise, the calling, the impact you were destined to make, and he panicked. Hell doesn't waste time on anchored ships with no direction. It attacks those about to set sail into the sea of their purpose. He attacked you because you are dangerous to his kingdom of darkness. The plan was simple. Wear you down until you gave up. First, he attacked your mind with darts of doubt and self-criticism, whispering lies. You're not enough. You failed again. God forgot you. Then he attacked your emotions, injecting anxiety and overwhelming weight to steal your joy and strength. Finally, he attacked your spirit, trying to isolate you in that false silence so you'd believe you were completely alone. It was a meticulously crafted plan to keep you trapped in that invisible prison so you'd never discover the authority and power you carry within. But every attack provokes a reaction in heaven. And the attack against you, my child, triggered an emergency order. It caused me to rise from my throne and declare, "No more." The enemy didn't count on one thing, your resilience. Even wounded, even exhausted, even confused, you didn't break. You kept breathing. You kept taking one more step. You kept whispering my name in the dark. And that resilience, small as it may have seemed to you, was the signal heaven needed to launch the counteroffensive. That's why Michael is here. That's why the alarm sounded. Because the enemy, in attacking you, didn't destroy you, he accelerated your liberation. He himself triggered the protocol of your rescue. And as part of that divine rescue, in the midst of the chaos the enemy created, I myself have opened a way out. A unique opportunity, an escape door he never saw coming. That door, my child, is not made of wood or metal. That escape is this moment, this message, this divine connection between heaven and your soul, opened forcefully in the middle of enemy territory. The adversary was so busy reinforcing the walls of your prison, so focused on adding more weight to your shoulders and more noise to your mind, that he didn't notice I was building an emergency exit right in the center of your cell. I don't open these doors in comfort, my child, because in comfort you wouldn't seek them. I open them in the middle of chaos, at the exact point of your desperation, because that's when you recognize your strength is gone and you're ready to see mine. This door wasn't opened by your effort. It was opened by my mercy. It is a door of grace, a crack in the reality of your pain through which the light of my glory is now pouring in. You are standing before it. You can see the light filtering through. You can feel the fresh air of freedom calling you. On the other side of this door is not the absence of problems, but the certainty of my presence. In the midst of them is the peace that surpasses all understanding. There is the restoration of your dreams. There is the purpose that was stolen from you. There is the voice you lost. There is the healing you've longed for. Everything is on the other side. But this door requires a step of faith. You cannot cross it while looking back. You cannot walk through it carrying the chains of the past or the baggage of resentment. To escape, you must release. You must trust. You must decide, right now, that the freedom I offer is worth more than the familiar pain you've grown used to. The enemy already knows what's happening. He's shouting, trying to distract you, reminding you of your failures so you won't dare to cross the threshold. He'll whisper that you don't deserve it, that you'll fail again, that it's too good to be true. But today my voice is louder than his lies. I say to you, cross. Take this step. This is your moment. This is the chance you cried out for in your darkest nights. But you must understand something, my child, and hear it with the full seriousness of your spirit. This door will not remain open forever. Heaven's timing is precise, and the opportunity before you has both purpose and a time limit. Listen closely because this is critical. The danger of ignoring this signal is not that I will punish you. My heart is not that of a judge. It is that of a father. The real danger is that the door will close. And if it does, the walls of the prison that have cracked under Michael's presence will be rebuilt by the enemy, this time twice as thick. The weight on your back will not only return, it will bring with it the burden of regret. Anxiety will not just visit you at night. It will mock you, reminding you of this moment when freedom called your name and you hesitated. And the silence that follows won't be the same. It will echo with the memory of a missed opportunity. Every time you try to pray, you'll remember this voice and wonder what might have happened if you had taken the step. It will be like the days of Noah. While he built the ark, everyone laughed. But the day came when the door closed and there was no more time. The rain fell and there was no escape. This word, this moment, is your ark. The flood you must escape is not of water. It is of despair and oppression threatening to drown the last remnants of your faith. Heaven does not operate with infinite opportunities. There are divine moments, kairos times, that are unique and unrepeatable. And this is one of them. To ignore it is to say to heaven, I'm comfortable in my pain. It is to say to Michael, your battle for me was in vain. It is to say to the enemy, you win. And I refuse to let him win in your life. He is the one whispering to you now. It's not that serious. You can come back later. Don't change anything. Because nothing pleases him more than watching you hesitate at the threshold until the door closes in your face. Don't let that happen. Don't trade this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a few more minutes in a prison that is slowly killing you. Your decision must be now. The first step to securing your escape is a simple command, but the most radical of all. And you must take it this instant before the enemy convinces you otherwise. That command, my child, is this: do not look back. Engrave it in your spirit. This is not just a turn of the head. It is a decision of the soul. From this moment forward, I spiritually forbid you from turning your gaze back toward your prison. What does this mean? It means you will no longer romanticize the pain. You will no longer revisit the profiles of those who hurt you. You will no longer reread old conversations that only reopen wounds. No more, what if I had done this? Or maybe if I change. No. The command is clear. Remember Lot's wife. The angel gave her the same instruction. Escape for your life. Do not look back. But her heart remained tied to Sodom, to her past, to her prison. And when she looked back, she didn't just disobey. She revealed where her true treasure lay. She became a pillar of salt, paralyzed, lifeless, an eternal monument to regret. Every time you look back, you become a pillar of salt. You freeze. Your progress halts. Healing is suspended. The future I offer is put on hold because your heart remains chained to the ruins I commanded you to leave behind. The enemy is a master editor of memories. He'll make you forget the nights of tears and show you one moment of laughter. He'll erase the humiliation and replay one kind word. He'll make the cage look like a palace and freedom like a terrifying desert. It's his oldest and most effective trap. But today you have heaven's command. By not looking back, you are declaring war on your past. You are saying to the enemy, your lies no longer have power over me. You are saying to your wounds, you no longer define me. And you are saying to me, your God, I trust more in the uncertain future you have for me than in the painful past I already know. This is your first step of faith to cross the door. It is the act that seals your intention to be free. Do not look back, my son. Do not look back, my daughter, because what you left behind is nothing compared to the glory I have prepared for you. And so that you never again feel tempted to return, I must now reveal the deception, the subtle lie that kept you chained for so long. That lie wasn't a shout, my child. It was a whisper. The most powerful lie the enemy used against you fits in a single word: tomorrow. Does it sound familiar? It was the voice that said, tomorrow you'll ask for forgiveness. Tomorrow you'll leave that relationship that's destroying you. You're too tired today. Pray tomorrow. That word, tomorrow, is the sedative of the spirit. It is the anesthesia hell injected so you won't feel the pain of your chains. It offers the false promise of a freedom that never comes. Because the enemy's tomorrow is a horizon that always moves further away. With that single word, he built your prison brick by brick. Every time you believed it, you forged a new link in your chain. Every morning becomes another layer of rust on your cell bars. He made you complicit in your own captivity, convincing you that postponing was wisdom, that waiting was prudence. What a subtle and wicked deception. Those voices didn't always sound like the enemy. Sometimes they sounded like your own logic, telling you weren't ready. Sometimes they sounded like well-meaning friends saying, "It's not that serious. Relax." But behind every excuse was the same strategy: to steal the power of now. Because the only time you can be free is now. The only moment my grace can break your chains is now. Hell offers a tomorrow that never arrives. But heaven is offering you a now that can change everything. This message is my now for you. The door I've opened is for you to cross now. The command not to look back is for you to obey now. Today I break the power of the word tomorrow over your life. I declare the spirit of postponement canceled. The apathy that kept you paralyzed loses its grip in this moment. Because now you see the deception, now you recognize the trap, and you will never again be a prisoner of a future that doesn't exist. And while those voices told you tomorrow, making you believe you were alone in your delay, there was someone who never left your side. Someone who counted every second waiting for your today. That someone, my child, was me. While the enemy whispered lies to keep you in tomorrow, I sat with you on the cold floor of your now. In every sleepless night, I watched over your restless sleep. In every moment of anxiety, my invisible hand held yours. When you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize yourself, I saw my beloved son, my courageous daughter, the one I've always seen. You thought you were alone in that prison, but I was with you every second of your captivity and every tear you shed. Oh, my child, if only you knew the value your tears hold in heaven. None of them fell to the ground in vain. Every tear of pain, frustration, and loneliness was gathered by my angels and recorded in the book of my memory. They are not a sign of weakness. They are the purest and most sincere prayer a broken heart can offer. When you had no words left, your tears spoke for you. They told me the depth of your wound, the sincerity of your search, and the longing of your soul to be free. When you cried out to heaven, "Where are you?" and heard only silence, I was answering in a language not heard with ears, but with the Spirit. I was there, giving you strength to breathe one more time, to rise one more morning, to believe one more day, even when everything seemed lost. The enemy wanted you to believe I had abandoned you in that dark place, but the truth is I chose to enter it with you. I couldn't force you out because freedom is a choice only you can make. But I promised never to leave you, and I kept that promise. I shared your cell, bore the weight of your chains with you, and waited patiently for the moment when your heart would be broken enough to receive my help. This is that moment. Every tear I recorded, every instant of pain I shared with you was not in vain. They watered the seed of something powerful I placed within you, the tool you need to cross the door I've opened. That tool, my child, is the key to your freedom, and it has been hidden in a place the enemy never dared to touch. That place is your mouth. The key that opens the door to your freedom and tears down the walls of your prison is the power of your declaration. The enemy is an expert at invading territory. He can plant thoughts in your mind, oppress your emotions, and attack your body with fatigue. But there is one place where his authority is null, unless you give it to him: your mouth. I gave you the power of life and death in your tongue. For a long time, without realizing it, you've used that key to lock the door from the inside. Every time you said, "I can't take this anymore," you turned the key in the lock. Every time you murmured, "This will never change," you added another bolt. Every time you declared, "I'm alone," you reinforced the bars. You've been using your creative power to keep your prison alive, repeating the lies the enemy whispered in your ear. He cannot force you to speak, but he is a master of suggestion. He tempts you to be the one who prophesies your own defeat. But that ends now. Today I return authority over your words to you. I anoint your lips with my truth and command you to use that key. I want your mouth to become the weapon that announces your escape. Stop describing your problem and start declaring my promise. Instead of saying, "I'm tired," declare, "The Lord is my strength." Instead of saying, "I'm afraid," declare, "God has not given me a spirit of fear but of power." You're not lying, my child. You're speaking heaven's truth until it manifests on earth. You're using the key. Every word of faith that leaves your mouth is a hammer blow against your chains. Every declaration of victory shakes the foundations of your prison. The enemy hates when you open your mouth to praise, to declare my word, because he knows that is the beginning of his end in your life. The door is already open by my grace, but you must walk through it with your declaration. Use the key right now. Say aloud, even if it's just a whisper, "I am free in the name of Jesus." Feel it. Something just shifted in the spiritual realm. You've used the key. And don't think your words are merely starting a war. They are announcing a victory that has already been won for you in the unseen. No, your words don't initiate the battle, my child. Your words celebrate the end of one. The decisive battle for your soul isn't happening now. It already happened. It was fought and won in the moment your heart, at its lowest point of pain and exhaustion, finally surrendered and cried out my name, even without a voice. In that moment of total honesty, heaven received authorization to intervene with all its force. What you're witnessing now is not war. It is the occupation of liberated territory. Archangel Michael and his legions are not fighting a powerful enemy. They are driving out an invader who has already been defeated. As you hear my voice, angels are clearing your path. Picture it. They are removing the rubble of your old prison stone by stone. They are disarming the traps of bitterness the enemy left behind. They are sweeping away the ashes of lies that consumed you for so long. That stirring in your spirit wasn't fear of battle. It was the vibration of walls collapsing. That weight lifting from your shoulders isn't temporary relief. It's angels removing slab after slab of oppression that crushed you. The enemy is already defeated, but he's a master of deception. He's shouting from the ruins, trying to convince you the walls are still standing. He's kicking up dust so you won't see the cleared path. He wants you frozen by the memory of combat so you won't enjoy the peace of victory. But today I will give you a spiritual vision. Look beyond the noise. Look beyond the shadows. The path before you is being paved by heavenly hands. Every word of faith you declare now is like a flare of light signaling my army. Clear this area. Open the way here. You're not fighting to win. You're walking to take possession of what has already been won for you. Your only task now is to move forward, one step at a time, on the solid ground my angels are preparing. Don't stop because of the noise. Don't be distracted by the ghosts of the past. The victory already bears your name. The path is clear. The order has been fulfilled. But now, my child, comes the step that depends entirely on you. The final decision that will seal your escape forever and ensure you never again become a prisoner of these same chains. That decision is not a feeling. It is a decree. It is the conscious and deliberate act of breaking the covenant you made with your past. Yes, a covenant. You may not have signed it with ink, but you've been honoring it with your tears, your resentment, your self-pity, and your fear. It's the covenant that says, "My wound is my identity. It's the silent agreement you made with pain, allowing it to be your constant companion. Every time you refuse to forgive the one who hurt you, you reinforced that covenant. Every time you told yourself, "I don't deserve to be happy," you added another clause. Every time you chose the comfort of familiar sorrow over the risk of healing, you reaffirmed a spiritual pact. As long as that agreement remains active in your heart, the enemy holds legal ground to torment you. He can weaponize your memories, remind you of your failures, and keep you small, because spiritually you gave him permission. But today, standing at the threshold of your freedom, you have the authority to revoke that pact. Breaking it means standing amid the ruins of your former prison and declaring aloud, "I renounce. I renounce pain as my identity. I renounce the bitterness that poisons me. I renounce the guilt that paralyzes me. I renounce the lie that I am unworthy. I renounce the voice of the enemy and every agreement, conscious or unconscious, I made with darkness." This is not about forgetting what happened. It's about stripping the past of its power to direct your present and poison your future. It is a spiritual divorce from the person you were in captivity. It is the decision to be born again, not of flesh but of the spirit of freedom. The victory that Michael won in the heavens has given you the authority to enforce this verdict on earth. He cleared the path, but it is you who must declare that you will never again walk the road of bitterness. And for this break to be complete, for it to be sealed in heaven and ratified on earth, I have prepared words of power to ignite your spirit. A prayer of liberation to guide you through this final rupture. Are you ready to pray with me and declare your freedom forever? The moment has come. It doesn't matter where you are, your room, your car, your workplace. Pause. Close your eyes if you can, or at least close the eyes of your soul to everything around you. Take a deep breath. This is the moment. Repeat these words with me, not with your mind but with the strength of your spirit. Let each word resonate in the invisible and seal your liberation. Let's begin. Heavenly Father, in this moment I recognize your voice and your call. I come before you not in my own strength, but with a surrendered heart. Today I understand that I've been a prisoner of a pact I allowed. And now, by the authority you give me and the victory you won for me, I break it. Take a deep breath. Feel the power of that decision. Repeat with me. In the name of Jesus, I renounce every pact with my painful past. I renounce bitterness and resentment. I release every person who has hurt me. I hand them over to your justice and I am free. I renounce the lie that I am unworthy, broken, or that my future is canceled. I renounce the spirit of self-pity and the comfort of my sadness. Now, with greater strength, you are using the key. I cancel the power of the word tomorrow over my life. I declare that my time of freedom is now. I declare that the door you have opened, I cross it now. I declare that the chains of the past are broken now by the blood of Christ. I am free. I am healed. I am whole in you. I received my new beginning. I receive your peace that seals my heart. And I declare that never again will I return to that prison. It is done. It is sealed in the mighty name of Jesus. Open your eyes, my child. Breathe. You have just executed a verdict in the spiritual realm. The chains have fallen. The pact has been annulled. You are free. But this freedom is not just for you to enjoy in silence. Now that you've escaped, your life has become a living sign. And every sign carries a purpose, a mission that begins today. Your mission now is not to build a monument to your freedom. It is to become it. From this day forward, your life is a beacon lit in the night, and your purpose is to illuminate the path for others still imprisoned as you once were. Look around you. Think now of the people you love. Who in your life is smiling with sad eyes? Who says, "I am fine," with a trembling voice? Who is trapped in the same routine, the same anxiety, the same invisible prison you just escaped? You now hold the map to freedom. Your scars, those you once hid in shame, are now your credentials. They speak a language only another prisoner can understand. Your testimony won't need many words. Your peace will be the most eloquent sermon. Your freedom will be the miracle that awakens faith in others. So this is not the time to hide. Freedom that isn't shared eventually becomes a new and subtle form of selfishness. A golden cell. I didn't set you free so you could keep the light to yourself. I freed you so you could set the world ablaze with it. And your first mission begins now. Sharing this message isn't just pressing a button. It's sending a rescue flare to a soul drowning in darkness. It's extending the same key you received to someone who believes their door has no lock. Liking this message isn't just for the algorithm. It's a visible amen, a way of telling heaven, here I am. Use me as a sign. And subscribing isn't about following a channel. It's about staying connected to this heavenly headquarters, so you continue receiving the instructions, encouragement, and strength you'll need for your new mission. You are the living proof that escape is possible. You are the hope of someone who had already lost theirs. Don't underestimate the power of your story. What you lived in prison qualifies you to be the perfect guide for others. I'm not asking you to be a preacher. I'm asking you to be a reflection of my love, my power, my mercy. And this mission is just beginning. Because once you cross the door of freedom, the journey doesn't end, it expands. Archangel Michael has more to reveal to you, something you'll see in the next step of your new path. You've crossed the door. You're breathing new air, the air of freedom. The weight is gone. The chains no longer tighten. But listen to me, my child, because this is vital. Escaping the prison was only the first step. Now you must learn to live in freedom. And this new territory has its own battles. The enemy, now that he's lost you, will not surrender. He can no longer trap you with the walls of the past. So he will try new tactics. More subtle, more deceptive. He will try to stir nostalgia for what was familiar, even if it was painful. He will try to plant fear of the unknown so you won't dare to move forward. He will present false freedoms, empty pleasures that seem harmless but are just new paths back to captivity. That's why Michael's mission isn't over. He brought you out of the prison, and now he will teach you how to defend your freedom. He will reveal the enemy's new strategies so you can recognize them from afar. He will equip you with the spiritual weapons you need to stand firm in this new territory. He will show you the specific purpose for which you were freed, the mission only you can fulfill with the authority you now carry. And those instructions, that map to navigate your new life as a free warrior, not a fearful ex-prisoner, are in the next message heaven has prepared for you. You cannot stay here at the threshold celebrating. You must keep walking. You must keep learning. You must keep equipping yourself. Right here on your screen, the continuation of this divine revelation is appearing. It is the next chapter. It's not a suggestion. It's a heavenly instruction. Click now, because Archangel Michael is already waiting there to show you what lies beyond the door. Your true life begins now. Don't stop.